The office party was supposed to be a night of celebration, a chance to toast achievements, mingle with colleagues, and enjoy the city's finest catered fare. The conference room had been transformed into a shimmering ballroom, fairy lights hanging from the ceiling, champagne glasses glinting under the soft glow. Employees laughed, clinked ked glasses, and congratulated one another. Everything seemed ordinary until my wife Vanessa made her entrance. She was radiant, dressed in a fitted emerald dress that hugged her curves, her hair cascading over one shoulder like a waterfall. But the smile she wore wasn't the smile of a proud employee or devoted wife. It was sly, calculated, the kind of smile that seeks attention and knows exactly how to command it. Within moments, she had locked eyes with her boss, Andrew, and I noticed the way she leaned into him, laughed too loudly at his jokes, and brushed her hand against his arm in the kind of casual intimacy that makes you stop breathing. I felt it immediately, a cold twist in my chest, a mixture of disbelief and fury. The room around them seemed to blur. All I could see was the scene unfolding before me. Colleagues whispered and exchanged looks, shocked at her audacity. Vanessa laughed, leaned closer, and whispered something into Andrew's ear. He grinned, oblivious or complicit, and raised his glass to toast her. Everyone witnessed it. Everyone except me stayed silent. I didn't confront her in that moment. There was no need. I knew words would be drowned out by the laughter and music. Instead, I slipped a small piece of paper from my pocket, wrote a few simple, deliberate words, and placed it gently on her purse. "You've crossed the line. This changes everything." I left the party quietly, unnoticed by Vanessa, unnoticed by anyone. The next morning, my phone blew up. 105 missed calls. Texts from co-workers, whispers from friends, and messages from people who had been at the party flooded my screen. Rumors had spread like wildfire overnight. Vanessa and Andrew had been seen too close, too intimate, too bold. What had been a moment of private betrayal had become the talk of the entire office. Vanessa called incessantly, her voice trembling and panicked. "Daniel, please, it's not what it looks like. Everyone's talking. They're lying." I didn't pick up. Each call, each voicemail only confirmed what I already knew. The stage had shifted. She was no longer in control of the narrative. By mid-morning, colleagues began to approach me discreetly, offering sympathetic glances and subtle nods. Some shared what they had heard, others expressed surprise, and a few whispered congratulations for handling the situation calmly. Vanessa's carefully curated image as the devoted, ambitious wife had crumbled in the harsh light of truth. I stayed silent through it all. No texts, no angry confrontations, no public shaming for my side. The power of my silence, combined with the undeniable evidence of her flirtation, did everything for me. Vanessa had left the room that night thinking she controlled the narrative. By morning, she was left exposed, humiliated, and utterly powerless. When she finally cornered me at home, tears streaming down her face, I simply looked at her, calm and composed. "Do you understand what you've done?" I asked quietly. She couldn't meet my gaze, shrinking back under the weight of her own actions. The bravado she had displayed the night before was gone, replaced by desperation. "You think this is the end?" she whispered, voice cracking. "I can fix this, please." I shook my head gently. "No, this is the consequence of your choices, not mine." I turned and walked away, letting her sob in the apartment while I sat quietly in another room, letting the silence speak louder than any words could. The office soon returned to normal, but Vanessa's reputation had been irreparably altered. Gossip followed her like a shadow, whispers always trailing behind. She tried to salvage her image, to charm her co-workers, to rebuild the trust she had shattered, but the damage was permanent, and she knew it. Weeks later, when she finally approached me to apologize, her pride gone and her composure cracked, I simply nodded. The party revealed the truth. "Vanessa, I didn't need to say a word. You did that yourself." And in that moment, I realized something crucial. Sometimes the most powerful way to respond isn't with anger, confrontation, or drama. Sometimes it's with quiet observation, a single calculated gesture, and the patience to let truth expose itself. Vanessa had learned that lesson the hardest way, humiliated, shattered, and utterly alone.